In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a Smart Responder test using the Create Answer Key feature inside the Smart Notebook. So the first thing that I want to do is pull up Smart Notebook 11. It takes a few seconds for this to load because of all the new additions to it. While this is loading, though, there's more than one way to create a test and to use the responders in your classroom. The method that I will show you today will be just creating it based on the answer key that you have. So in other words, you pass the test out to the students, you pass out the answer or the responders to the students, and they take the test like they normally would, as opposed to putting the questions up on the board. These questions are not posted on the board. They never see these questions up on the screen. It's all at their desk like they normally would. So, for example, what you want to do is when you pull out Smart Notebook 11, the first thing that you want to do to create a test is go to the Response tab. You choose Response and then come down here to Create Answer Key. And this is as simple as it gets. You give the test a title. So let's just say I was giving a test on the Civil War. And so I'll call it Civil War. I don't have to change the type, but I'm going to here, and that's what it'll say on the title page is test. Let's say that all my questions are multiple choice. It already starts off with multiple choice. I can keep it on there, and all I have to do is choose the answers. If I have other questions in the test, I can choose that as well. So I'll choose a couple here just to show you some examples. So let's say that my multiple choice questions are A through E. I change that to I want 5 choices. I don't want to select opinion, because if I select an opinion question, the program won't grade it numerically because there's an opinion question in there, and you'll have to go in and grade that manually. So what I'm going to do is for multiple choice, I'm just going to select the correct answer. I can either select here on the mouse the letter, or I can choose the keyboard and just type in the letter of each correct answer. And so again, I'm choosing on the mouse here a couple times, and others I'm doing the keyboard. You can see how quick that is if you have all multiple choice. Very simple. True, false, same thing. You just choose what the correct answer is. Same with yes, no. Again, here's your answer key on the side. Multiple answer, you can do that as well. So in this case, number 13, the answer is A and C. So you can select either one of those. And then a text one is where you can type in the material for them to actually type it in on the responder. If you do choose this one, just be aware that it is case sensitive. So if the answer were to be Florida, okay, you may accept Florida in a variety of ways on the test. If you're requiring them to capitalize the F, I mean, if they're going to do it correctly, then you would just want to include one answer, and it would be that. If you don't mind if they give an abbreviation, you would want to provide that answer. So you just want to make sure that you have all the answers and you have it exactly how you're going to allow them to type it in on the assessment, because it will grade based on the text. And then, of course, the last thing here is numbers and fractions. You can type in a number here or a fraction or a decimal, things like that. Okay. So I'm gonna put those in there. Oh, I didn't get my text. Let me do my text again. I didn't click add. You want to make sure you click add so that the response gets put in there. So I've got 14 questions now in this test. Let's say now I'm completely finished. I want to go ahead and create the test. I'm just going to click create here. And now what you see is it's populating the test. So if I look over here on the left side where I can see all my slides, I have the title page. This is really important. You can't do anything without a title page. You can change this information on here if you'd like. Not that important because they don't see this. Again, your students never see this. All they see is the test in front of them. Then here you have templates, and this can kind of show you what the test looks like, as opposed to or in referring to the questions. This is a multiple choice A through E, and as you scroll down through the questions, you can see that here's their true, false. There's our yes, no. This is the text question. There's nothing there because there's a variety of things they could put there. Same with the numeric question there on 14. If I want to see my answers before I start the assessment, I can come up here to response, and I can choose set all answers, and then I can get through and I can see and I can change anything that I may need to. Okay. So this is a good place to alter answers. You want to make sure you check that before you actually give the assessment. I've had a teacher go through and give the assessment, and they accidentally got marked off. They started on number 2, and they accidentally put number 3 for number 4, and next thing you know, all of their answers through like 20 were wrong. While I'm talking about the number of questions, 40 is the max. So remember that. You can't do more than 40 questions in this. Otherwise, you have to split it up and do 2 separate tests, and you can just average in the grades. Okay, so now what we've got is the complete test. This is the prep work for creating an assessment. The only other thing that you really need to do is save the assessment. So I'm just going to go to File, Save As. That way you can use this again this year, next year, whenever you may have to use it. I'm going to call it Civil War Test. And what I've done, or what I would do, is create a folder. I'm going to put this on my desktop. Create a folder on your desktop or on your flash drive or wherever it is that you store your documents. I would create a folder, and I would put... I just right-click on the desktop, by the way, go to New and Create Folder, and then I would put in your folder the test. Okay, and so here's my Civil War notebook test. I'm going to drag that in there, and now I'm ready to go. Very simple. That's because I've got it open. Very simple as far as creating the test goes. That was it. Go in there, create answer key from the response menu, and you're good to go.